Welcome back, everyone, to Phil's Recap and Review, The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 13. Bury me here, Curl. No, bury me here. It's a recap and review. And I think I pissed myself, Joe. I actually liked 90% of this Walking Dead. There was a couple of issues I had, and we'll get into that, obviously, some nitpicky stuff. But I have to say, as a whole, this is definitely my favorite episode of the season.
I just said that to Katie, too, and she was like, really? And I was like, well, of this season? Yes. Yeah, like...
We'll get into this a little bit later, Joe, but it at least had me interested. I was paying attention. I was hooked to the screen of watching what was happening, even if I wasn't captivated by every second or some things weren't predictable. But everyone, if this is your first time joining us, please jump in with some of the best folks in the world, the live motherfucking chat. We see so many friends. Randy, Atari Dad, Tim Gersh, Dark. Shut the fuck up, Joe. Oh, yes, for the return of Joe Dirtylockz. Tonight, this is going to be a fun episode of The Walking Dead to talk about. For the first time in a while, I wasn't tragically going, oh, why do I even have to talk about this? There's some stuff we can talk about, Joe, other than, fuck, what was wrong in this episode?
There was some good things.
Because they showed instead of telling us at times, especially the beginning of the episode. But if you want to get your thoughts in, we also have a voicemail line open at 781-990-8509. You can also jump in the live motherfucking chat, as I said, or email me at igotissuesman@gmail.com. Any of those ways you can reach us and share your thoughts about what you thought about this episode. What have we been starving in the desert for a long time, and we finally got a cracker, and we're overreacting to this?
I think maybe a little there's some of that going on.
But I do have to say, just in general, I was emotional. DJ just said it in the live chat, and I echo her statements. I was invested in this show tonight, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some good things going on. It was... It certainly felt more like an episode from a few seasons ago. There seemed to... I felt the emotion more than they had to tell me that people were feeling a certain way.
Right. And I think a lot of it has to do with how good of an actor Lenny James is. And he playing crazy Morgan. Yeah, and when Morgan goes crazy, I can't help it. The more crazy he goes, the more I enjoy watching him. And when he ran over, grabbed that stick and beat the shit out of Richard, I was laughing my ass off. I was up clapping at that point in time. I also like the humor between Ezekiel. I still hate the thou art bullshit, but the humor between Ezekiel and that guy Jerry, where Jerry's like, leave the cobbler, Jerry, and Jerry's like, I'm not leaving this fucking cobbler. Bring the cobbler, Jerry. I just thought that was kind of funny.
Well, as soon as this episode started, right, and I felt like they were focusing on Ben for a little bit, and as soon as they were like, okay, let's go, I was like, oh, Ben's dead. Ben's not coming. Someone said bye to him or something. I was like, Ben's not coming back. It was like a brief, and it was like under their voice, and it made me think, oh, he's dead. And then when the dude shot him, I was like, oh, did he just shoot Ben? Or did he shoot Jerry? Who died, Ben and Jerry?
Oh, I wonder. People say, nice studio, Joe. Someone's calling you Darth Vader, Darth Joe over there. Tonight. When Morgan, Nick Diaz in the live motherfucking chat from the midnight chat attack. When Morgan loses his shit, it really does the comment went, when Morgan loses his shit, it really does add a sense of security to the good side. Yeah, it really does. And when he goes crazy, you see how on edge. Stephanie turned to me and goes, I don't like crazy Morgan. Is he going to go against Rick and the crew? And I don't care. It adds a wild card to the situation that's going on. It makes it interesting. It adds a different element. And yes, fucking Ben's death was the most predictable death in a movie since JFK. But like it really fucking, I know that was horrible. But it was so predictable, and I'll get into one of my biggest complaints in this episode, and my biggest complaints of this season so far. The way they have basically put Ben on a fucking ladle spoon, and sir, you want to taste the sauce? And just showing us how dead he is. You said his name was Ben. I didn't even write his name down because I just called him Dead Guy. In this whole season, he is dead fucking man walking.
Yeah.
Dead fucking man walking. Timo says, damn, I wish I loved this episode as much as you guys. I didn't love it. I just feel like
it's just the best episode of the season. It doesn't mean it's a great episode. It made me feel reminiscent of seasons past, but no, like all in all, the season in my mind is still subpar for what this show has given us in the past.
Nick says, laugh my ass off. As soon as Ben talks to Morgan about some girl he's into, it was obvious as shit.
Yep, it was over. It was over.
Yeah, Benji's dead. And Meredith says exactly a wild card. Yeah, if Morgan becomes a wild card in the situation. And I also like most of what they did with Carol tonight too, because I like, especially at the beginning of the episode. We'll get into that when the episode starts, when we get into our recap. But I think part of this episode too is it was dealing with two characters I can be invested in their stories. More, I know we've got at it before, back and forth, Joe, about how you're sick of the Morgan piece shit. It's like too much of the same thing. If they litter some of this, more of this stuff in Morgan, showed more of the battle he has instead of just having him go crazy, not crazy, crazy, no crazy. I think it would feel more like he was always struggling with something. The 1 week,
yes,
this just sort of was like, bam, oh, he's crazy, and it was like he's either Hulk or he's not Hulk.
Crazy Morgan's back. Yeah, he can kill now.
He can do anything. Now he can't. It's like me with chocolate. I can't just have one Hershey's Kiss. I have.
Yeah, now he can't turn it off.
I have to eat the whole.
The floodgates have opened.
Sir LT Giles, great to see you. We got a fucking voicemail from LT. We're gonna play in a little bit. Sean says Morgan is about to die. I kind of agree. I think. You can't just make him sane again. Then it becomes. Go.
I don't understand. Well, I don't understand the point that apparently it's okay. Morgan deems it okay for himself to kill this guy to save Carol's life, but not to avenge somebody else's life, right? Where in this world, in that world, where is that distinction? Why is that like? I can't kill to avenge poor Ben. Like, why would that? Like,
where is the line?
He kills Richard, but right? Is there one?
There shouldn't be one. Not in this world.
No. Right.
I don't want to bring back your old catchphrase, but you got to just be ready to go knife in the back of the head to these fucks. When at the point in the time, and I'm going on a Joe rant, or Joe goes on a rant. Later in the episode, when the savior guys have the guns and everyone's pointing out in the shootout thing, the American strays at the end of when everyone has the guns on each other, and they're like, you can drop,
oh my God,
you can drop the guns now. Drop the guns. You shoot right now.
Right. You unload. Why did you pull your guns out? What? Like they pulled out their guns. Their guns were already out, right? And they said, and one more thing, we want your weapons. And so the crew of the kingdom all pull out their guns and draw down on this other group. And this other group, who gets drawn down on, decides not to unload and kill them all. Like, they're not pulling out their guns slowly. They're not obviously going to, like, none of them decided to shoot, being about to be drawn down on. And then when you pulled out your guns and aimed them at them, like, why then choose to give them up? You're obviously pulled them out to shoot them. Why didn't you all just start shooting?
What do you think's going to happen there? Yeah, did you think that they wanted, and I guess maybe they were confused and thought that the saviors wanted a gun to fill the tribute of the missing melon, single melon, but no, it's like they wanted to take it away so that they could hurt one of them, so they could shoot Richard or something like that. And it's no, so you pull out your guns and you start firing. You're even numbers. There was probably, I'd have to rewatch the scene. I could be completely wrong, but it looked like generally the same amount of saviors, maybe a few more than kingdom guys. And you got to hope, and I've seen Rick alone shoot down 20 dudes when he has to or something. We know that these people, if Morgan wants to go crazy, he can take down 17 guys and go crazy Morgan and take the bullets like Scarface, like Tony Montana at the end of Scarface.
As long as it's not Rosita aiming the guns.
Yeah, as long as it's not Rosita aiming the gun. A lot of other people loving your set. Oh, great to see DJ11 who says, I don't watch this show. I'm waiting for dragons and imps and shit, but throwing a like. Yeah, the kingdom is giving the saviors too much, says Tim motherfucking Gersh. Al, Red Sox fan in the live chat. Iron thrown in there too. Randy, great to see all of you. What door? It's okay, DJ. I gave up on The Walking Dead season ago. Just came here to troll. Go troll away.
Troll away.
Troll away. And yeah, Phil, that worked out real well for Rick and crew after taking that outpost, or Laurie dead driving Joe. Yeah, good point. Very good point. Why carry guns if you have no intentions? Leave them in the truck.
Right. The only thing they're going to do is take them. That's another thing I said to Katie was, why would you even take guns with you? Like, you know that the potential is there. They say, give us your guns. Like, don't bring anything that you don't want these bullies to take.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
if you're not willing to stand up for yourself, like.
Ooh, our good old friend Bill motherfucking Sotheby is in the live chat. Great to see you, buddy. Great to see you, my friend.
It's like your kid's getting bullied at school, right? And he comes home and he says, Jimmy took my lunch money, like every day. Jimmy took my lunch money. And then he says, but Dad, can I bring the #1 issue of Spawn to school for show and tell? Like, isn't Jimmy just going to take it? You don't let the kid take that to school, right? Even though it's only worth a few bucks or whatever, you just don't let him take it.
No, bring your friend. I'll show your friend. Bring your friend over here and I'll show you. Fuck, dude. Do you guys think this episode needed more saviors and/or Alexandria, or did it make sense just to focus on the kingdom? What do you think about that, Joe?
I think it wasn't just this, although it took place in the kingdom, and we had Richard and we had the kingdom comers there, but I think I think it was more an episode about Morgan and Carol. Even though Carol was a very small part of it, it was still it focused on them two, more so than Richie or Ezekiel or Benjamin dying or the little brother. This was about Morgan, and it took place at the kingdom, but it was focused on Morgan and Carol.
And I actually am surprised how little Ezekiel played in it. I expected him to have more of, oh my God, Ben died in my hand. I shall have revenge on that soul. Give a monologue like that. So I was happy that it ended up being Morgan. That Morgan went crazy enough for everyone. Because Ezekiel was going out of his way to. Oh yeah, Timo asked why didn't they take the kingdom's guns from the beginning, and DJ answered it well. But also why they take the Alexandrians right from the beginning. The Alexandrians caused them a problem. They killed all those saviors in that one location, killed the one outpost. They kept fucking with them. They kept being a hair on Negan's ass. So he even says it in that speech. I need to make an extra point with you people and go extra crazy.
Yep.
Hey, Bitta.
Bitta.
Bill says, I haven't seen you guys since before the Super Bowl, but congratulations to your Patriots again. I was rooting for them. And you don't fuck with Carol or Betty Davis. Benjamin was hoping to be a kingdom comer. Guess that girl he liked is up for grabs. Yeah, his little brother who's going to want to put his...
Gonna go knock her on the ass. I mean, never mind. He wants to be his big brother, right? He wants to be just like him.
He wants to do everything he did, everything his big brother did. He doesn't want to beat him up. He wants to beat it off, too. No, wait.
Bad.
Joe. I always miss you, Joe. Okay, so love the intro, short to the point. This was my favorite pre-credit intro. They did the Breaking Bad thing where they showed you the end of the episode at the beginning, where they showed the one melon in there and kind of showed you everything that led to that. It was very short, bang, bang, bang. But again, this is a minor criticism, very fucking minor. This is, Phil, shut the fuck up. You're a stupid motherfucking nitpicker. I'm going to play the song for me. Here we go. Why do these episodes have to be 1 hour and 7 minutes edited with the
it's because I know exactly why.
Why? It's lazy editing, Joe. Lazy.
At 7:31, right? I stepped outside, to have a sandwich, and Katie bangs on the door and says, "Joe, quick, come back!" And it was 4 minutes later, or 3.5 minutes later, at 7:34, right? So it was at least 3 minutes later, which is an extra long commercial break. And this was the scene where they just basically pull up in front of Carol's house, throw him on the table, he dies, and then that was 7:35. That was 7:35, so it was 4.5 minutes. And this was now 7:41. 6 minutes later, another commercial break.
It's fucked up, Joe.
For 4.5 minute commercial break. They played a 6 minutes of show sandwiched between 9 minutes of commercial. Sandwiched between 9 minutes of commercial. I literally was paying attention to the clock. There's a 6 minute scene where Benjamin gets his leg shot and they throw him on the table. It's 6 minutes or less, and it was sandwiched between 2 4.5 minute fucking commercial breaks. That's why it went an hour and 7
and
minutes.
Nick Diaz ads. On top of that, we get the Fear the Walking Dead story commercial thing, and
In there, yup.
and Ben's just screaming, "I have no leg! I have no leg!" And fucking it also I think they also do it. I think they shoot themselves in the, no pun intended here. They shoot themselves in the foot in this situation too, because I feel like they fucked up their perfect ending of this episode. And again, I'm being nitpicky. I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but you end this episode with Morgan dragging the body and all that sort of shit, or with Morgan there's a moment where Morgan like beats the shit out of Richard and they leave him in the middle of the street, but then they go back to show like Carol and Ezekiel planting a tree with
No. I liked that ending. I like that ending. I'll tell you why. Because Carol's finally made the decision to kill again, to fight. And so hasn't Morgan. And Morgan apparently walks off from Carol's house. Where are you going? He's going to go kill them all. Every last one of them he comes across.
I like the Morgan and Carol scene. I think you need
Hold on.
I agree.
So then we still don't know for sure that she has made the decision that she's going to kill yet, until we see her walk up to Ezekiel and say, we need to prepare, we need to fight. And he says yes, but what he also does is he says, not now. And he looks to Ben's little brother, we got to plant. Because even if we go do this and fight, we're not fighting for us. We're fighting for a future for them. And one thing we have to do before we go die is to make sure we set them up with something. So they're also planting and preparing for the future, which means there's hope. And it's not just about going out and kill or be killed. It's about killing them and coming back and living a life and having a future to go back to. It's about that message of hope and continuing on. So I kind of dug the ending. That was one of the things that pushed this episode up a little bit over the top, because to say we're all going out to kill now is not to say, it's over and we've given up.
Fair. Very, very good point, Joe. Nick Diaz says, no pun intended, my ass. No, I've listened to way too much of Martin Thomas not to have that pun be intentional. Brain cells. I need some Raisin Bread. How much of that stuff they give away in the Talking Dead is up? Oh, it's some Talking Dead stuff. They are trying so hard to make us hate them. These guys are talking about although if these guys are talking about that, Fear the Walking Dead is laughing my ass off. Cat Duddy Thomas, Joffrey still is. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by Game of Thrones talk in the live motherfucking chat, the excitement. But Joe, I agree with you. I guess I just feel like we'll get to that point at the end of the episode where I'll talk about that moment. I also love the beginning of this episode, Carol's discovery. They're trying to push that kid's death on us. I like Jerry and Zeke's humor. We got into that a little bit. Morgan is crazy again. Okay, so I think it's about time, Joe. Let's not waste any time. We've been hinting around at it. We've been doing the foreplay. Let's just get into this thing. Sorry. Batman! Patsman!
Oh, so this is my Lucille right here.
Ooh.
Not exactly a baseball bat, but we got the nice grip. Rubber at the end, filled with lead.
Chrissy said, Joe, we love you. We miss you. Fucking Phil's ADHD moment. Absolutely. Phil, break something. Phil, oh shit. Fuck. Someone said something about Super Chat? Fuck.
Oh no! That's why I'm glad I didn't come over there. I saw you had that super chat out last night too. I have that super chat out. I always had the super chat hiding around. So Timo thought I was starting the script. I don't want to make you guys go blind. No one wants to see that, Timo. Is it just me or the Savior's raked by people who look like they might be? He can't strip. He can't strip. He could take his shirts off, but there's a sweater that's been sewn onto his chest and back.
Have you ever seen Austin Powers? I ride with that. Or the 40-year-old virgin.
He and my friend Dutch are the two of the hairiest freaking people.
Yeah, we're fucking ridiculous. Gary, great to see you, buddy. Okay, so let's get into this episode. This episode starts with a song. Sounds a little bit like the beginning of Stairway to Heaven at some points. We see some members of the kingdom get ready for dead guy to die. I mean, to pick up for the saviors. It's very sad music as they put very little in. We see just one melon. Not anything else. They close the doors quick, and it goes right into the theme. I love how quickly it shows what's going on. They don't tell you anything. They just play you a quick little music moment that that shows you everything you need to know about this episode, even though it's foreshadowing because of what's going on the line. You go, my intention at the beginning was like, oh, they're going to say fuck you to the saviors and give them one melon and then shoot them. But when they go in to look at it, be like, oh, here's one melon, you fuckers, and like ambush them or something. I thought that's what that said at the beginning, that it was they were to be joining the war. But either way,
yes, that's what I thought it was too. And ultimately, that's what it was, Phil.
Yeah, no, it really was. And what did you think of this intro, Joe? Anything else? I like how short it was.
I liked how short it was too, but I also thought my thing wasn't, this was them going to pick a fight. The looks on their face, they all looked defeated. So I was thinking, like, it's tribute time, and all they have is the one melon, and they're going to get a reality call as to, you know, what this deal actually is. Like, they made a deal that they never come onto the streets, but as far as they're concerned, this would be when somebody dies. You know, somebody else dies. You know what I mean? Like, there's no difference between what's going on to the kingdom and what's happening to Alexandria and the hilltop. None whatsoever. They just don't come through the gate because there's no need to. Not yet. Yeah. Like they've kept saying, like Richard has kept saying, they will eventually come. Every time we come to this parking lot, they're going to say, give us your fucking guns, until we stop bringing them and they feel like they have them all.
Yep.
And then once that happens, they'll show up at the gates and say, let us the fuck in, or we'll burn the whole place down and open fire.
Yep, we're your friends till we're not your friends. Till you fuck up once, and then we're not your friends. And I even, whatever that fucker's name, I have it, Gavin. Gavin's the nicest of all the saviors. Fuck him. He's the fucking worst one of all, because he's just shading his dickness. And he's like, it's just so fake. We're gonna get into Gavin in a little bit later, but Gallagher, yeah, he should have Gallaghered that fucking melon. I want Negan to play Louisville Slugger by Eazy-E. That was so predictable, but still much better episode than we've been getting, says Christy. When they left the doors open, I knew it was different. Easy Street song kind of grew on me. Nick Diaz says, if I hear that song again, I'm going to kill somebody. Joe's going to put shirt in dryer and accidentally let too much air out, and it won't even fit. It'll just bust out.
We got a hater. That's okay. I understand it. I understand that when your team gets beat so often and so frequently, you have nothing but these, you know, oh, the Patriots did it, so it's awful, even though every other fucking team has done these same things. And that's okay. That's all right. We understand the hate. We love it. We absorb it. We're from Boston. That's fine. We got harsh winters. We know how to take it.
You got to say wicked pissa.
It's Wicked Pissa. You know, we're gonna fill up his other hand too.
Thank you, thank you, Vim. We're lucky to get any single person that we get, and we really do appreciate everyone in the live motherfucking chat right now and all the support that you get. Vim, spread it around. Tell people. Be like, fuck you. Tune in this fucking podcast. We wanna start growing and get more and more people. So we really do appreciate all of that support and you wanting to help us get more fucking views. Tim says, shut the fuck up, Joe.
Hey, it's the reason why everybody up here hates the fucking Yankees. How the Yankees suck so much because they win so much. You know, it's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. But the Red Sox, you know, they at least vindicated themselves against the Yankees a few years back with one of the other biggest comebacks of all time. They all belong to Boston, baby.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Sorry to get into sports talk out there, guys. I had to.
Oh gosh, oh fuck! Everyone, people are running for the hills. Okay, so we come back in for some heavy breathing, and someone says, "Please, if we get a match lit," and it's Carol having a nightmare. She lights the light, backs away to contemplate her bullshit. She feels like something's up. She feels lied to. She smokes a butt. Just more awesome showing, not fucking telling. This is really awesome. Both these actors can pull this shit off. Both the actor that plays Carol, Melissa McBride, and fucking Lenny James, they really pull off the just without having to say anything in this episode in a lot of situations. And I thought this was a great, just quick Carol scene as well.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. This is the exchange between them. I ain't gonna tell you. That's you had a conversation with Daryl. That's between you two. Yep. It's that scene, right? Yeah, that was a great scene. I liked it.
You know, that happens a little bit later, but that was a great scene, Joe. This first one was just Carol waking up in her bed.
Oh, right. Lighting the the cigarette and the lantern.
Yeah, it just looked really cool, and it kind of told you that Carol doesn't buy the bullshit without even to say, wait a minute, have her monologue to somebody or say something. They just showed Carol doesn't buy this bullshit. She's going to go fucking searching for the truth. And
she's just fed up.
Yeah.
She's just getting bored and lonely, and she's starting to finally feel... Yeah, she's starting to finally feel again.
Bob from the Chattanooga's back in The Walking Dead. People say, "Oh fuck, Joe can't." DJ11 says, "Can't hate on you for representing your city." Fucking, I hear Joe snoring with his eyes open. Says King J.
Yep. It's the boomstick right underneath my.
Stop that. I muted Joe for a second, but great stuff. Do you guys think it was better for Carol to know about Glenn and everyone's death, or did it make sense story-wise for Morgan to tell her? I honestly think Daryl should have told her a couple weeks ago. I understand kind of why he didn't, but I'm just a big believer of I hate when people say I don't want to, especially on television and movies, I don't want to tell this character because they don't deserve to know the truth. I think people always, in most cases, in situations like that, when they're friends, in this case, Carol deserved to know the truth. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, but it's not like Daryl lied to her. I don't know. That conversation took place between her and Daryl, but like, she's not talking to Daryl right now. She's asking you what happened. I don't think that it's wrong for him to tell her. I don't necessarily think it's wrong for him to tell her. You know, he didn't.
Chalkboy said
she asked him, did Daryl tell me the truth? But had she said what happened in Alexandria, that's putting it a different way. That's not asking if Daryl, I don't want to speak to what Daryl said or didn't say to you, but I can tell you what happened in Alexandria if you want. There is a difference.
King J. Uno makes a good point. Morgan shouldn't be the one to tell her. He didn't witness anything. And Nick Diaz says, you guys think that Daryl is going to catch any shrapnel from Carol about lying? I think she's going to give him a slap in the back of the head or something like that, maybe. Or just go, more likely she'll go, I understand why you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
I had to know. But I knew you were lying. Daryl, you can never lie to me. Or something to that effect.
And I bet Daryl lets out another tear.
Oh, one tear rolling down his face, and it'll be the first water that's ever touched Daryl's face
in the last 4 years. Anyway,
it drips down. It's like just all cloudy and disgusting as it hits the ground.
Right, because I don't think he ever shot. Like, everybody was showering when they first got to Alexandria. He abstained and built a motorcycle. And I don't think we ever saw him take one.
unless Negan dropped him in they
hosed him off like prison camp style, deloused him and fire hosed him.
Yeah, he might have given him the fire hose. Okay, so our next scene is we're off to Morgan training dead kid Ben, showing him what Master Donatello is. Oh no, training Ben's younger brother that I don't have a name on yet, showing him what Master Donatello is all about. Sleepers for the weak. Do you want to beat up your brother? I want to beat up.
Yes, I do. I want to knock him on his ass.
Yeah, this scene is more telling me that my brother Ben's gonna die very soon. And as Ben walks up and watches the situation and smiles, whatever. Okay, this is one of the scenes that I'm just yada-yadaing in the episode a little bit. There's a few of those moments where you kind of know things are going to happen. I don't mind the lead up because I feel like the payoff was all right, but still in the moment, I feel like for the most part, The Walking Dead has not done the Ben dying in the situation well at all. It was, I said it earlier.
You knew right from the beginning. You knew right from the beginning. You had this scene, I want to knock my brother on his ass. No, I want to be like him. And then he comes up and he hands him the book back and he says, I've been thinking a lot about it. So you have the returning of the book, obviously they've got a connection. Oh, you hurt your enemy and it hurts yourself. And then he chases after Carol. A few minutes later, you knew. He just mentions the girl. He just knew. It's
Dead Man Walking in the Walking Dead mile. Nick Diaz, Daryl's torture in Negan's camp was just simply a bar of soap. It runs on the skinner, gets the hose again.
It rubs the Irish Spring on its skin.
From combination there of Gary and Nick Diaz. I feel like this whole season is just predictable promo for next season, says Generic. And I could not, saying that to Timo, but I agree with that 1,000%. Thank you, DJ11. Thank you for spreading the love and pushing it. You were fucking amazing. You guys are fucking great. But did you guys still feel like it was going to be Ben after Richard had the gun in his face? Because at that point, I was like, holy fuck, this is it. No, I still, for whatever it's worth, I personally, I'm no fucking genius, but I still was like, yeah, that's still going to be Ben. But Ben's going to die. When the commercial break, Ben's going to die very soon. I mean, the only thing that surprised the fuck out of me, I didn't see Morgan killing Richard in this episode. That came out of fucking nowhere for me.
That was a shock. Even when he was swinging, when he swung his staff, I thought it was at one of the saviors.
Me too.
I really did.
I thought he was going to charge, just kill nice guy savior, Gavin, whatever his name is. Yeah, I thought leader savior. So our next scene that we go to is Carol leaving on a mission, and one more onto the breach as she walks down the road, a shot of the great sky. The Walking Dead's getting a couple of really good just visual image shots this season. She easily stops a walker, but doesn't kill it. It's interesting clashing music as she gets to the wall and a bunch of walkers that she kills easily.
Okay.
With a one-way.
Okay.
Yes, Joe. Do it. Okay. Do it, Joe.
Have you ever seen one of these poles laying on the ground? One of these street sign poles? Have you ever picked one up?
Yes, Joe, I've been with you when we've tried to pick one up.
How fucking heavy are those things, dude? And she grabs one, pulls it up the fucking tree with her, and how sharp is this thing that it's just like, was she really thrusting it? It didn't look like she was thrust. It looked like they were just walking into the end of it and then sliding off the bottom of it. Like,
she has superhuman strength, Joe.
Oh my fucking god, those things are so fucking heavy, dude. Those poles they make them heavy on purpose so people don't run away with them and shit.
And crazy wind doesn't knock them down and stuff like that.
Right? Oh my god, just the way that they were just walking into, if that's how easy their heads are penetrated by something, literally just by slow walking into something, why hasn't every tree in the woods branch plucked a fucking I can't even talk. It's so I was watching that going, what the fuck? That's what they gave her? You couldn't think you have a city's worth of fucking debris and shit to kill 5 walkers with, and you climb up a tree with a street sign for them to walk into the bottom of it it's an anti-tank device or something? What? It was just what the fuck?
Let's go to the people, Joe. Come on, Joe. Carol's on the Atomic Blonde. Didn't you know that? King J. Uno says, everyone just stayed and watched that dude they knew for a while get strangled. Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end. Av says, I picked one up after running over it. It's heavy as fuck. Richie says, some
they are all that heavy. They have never, oh my god, they're fucking heavy. I'm telling you, they're all that heavy. Find me one that's not.
Ab says, Joe, are you in the gym with Carol? All right, plot armor then. Come on.
Right. No. It was just I'm sorry. I gotta call bullshit when I see something that I think is I'm not a genius. I'm not but why can't these produce you don't? All right, yeah, it's a fantasy world. There's zombies and this guy's got a tiger and shit. Okay, I get it, but
Generic has the ultimate answer, Joe.
Just come on.
Generic has the ultimate answer because they have that artistic one-way sign in the episode.
No. Bullshit! Come on, there's a million things that you could have her pick up to take care of. You want to give her superhuman strength and make her look fucking badass to Ben? How did that look bad? We were going to come out and how did you do that? It was 5 and what? You didn't see her? She climbed a fucking tree and they walked into a fucking pole. How is this hard for you to understand? This wasn't wasn't going to take 12 of you. They walked into the bottom of a fucking pole. All she had to do is dangle a fucking 100-pound street sign pole down at him that she lugged up into a tree with her like she was a fucking leopard carrying its prey up into the. How did she climb the ladder and pull? There was an inner teeth. Come on, just come on. Just fucking come on, Walking Dead. You don't have to be that stupid. You have intelligent people working on this show, writers who I'm sure have college degrees, like stunt people and construction workers and DPW on site or policemen that say, have you ever tried to drag one of those off the side of the road, dude? Those things are really fucking heavy. This looks fucking stupid. Scott Gimple, this looks stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop it. With
her dick, Joe, with her dick. If there's one thing The Walking Dead tries to provide its audience, it's that they're super artsy.
There's a million ways to get artsy. There's a million ways without having to have her do something so stupidly unrealistic.
Way, Joe, there's only one way to live in this world, and she was finally succumbing to the world.
Like, climb a tree and have her use a fucking crowbar. A crowbar. It's got a pointy end and not this big flat fucking U that might have a jagged thing. Like, it was like they were poking through Jello. Like, every tree branch in the woods would have a walker hung up on it at this point.
JELLO. So we go to Carol leaving on the mission. The dead kid sees her do this amazing stunt with the stick, and he just looks at her like, I want to learn how to do that. I want to learn how to pick up a sign and flail it around like it's a bow. So she
doesn't even flail around. She just dangles it off the side of the tree.
Oh my god. Finally, we've been edging right up to the red and receding. Finally, a full-on rant. Can someone please tell Joe about the scene where Carol put her headphones on and played John Cena's theme song? That would explain a lot. Carol's adrenaline reserves kicked in, Joe. Come on.
Yep.
We got lots. Joe, you're getting lots of love in the motherfucking chat. Joe is going full network. I'm screaming out my window. Oh my goodness.
Like, seriously, I just don't understand how a set's worth of people, like a set's worth, you have all of the people who are building the set or putting the set together, all of the cameramen, all of the producers, all of the writers, all of the actors. Carol herself doesn't say, this is fucking stupid. This is a street sign. Have you ever tried to lug one off the side of the road, people? What the fuck? It is like this... There's so many people. There's at least 100 people working there. 100 people, and not one of them has just said, "Bad Scott."
Joe, Red Bull gives that bitch wings and superhuman strength.
It's just wrong.
Now,
like, come on. Like, there's a million things you can have her pick up.
Joe, you don't have the make of a varsity athlete. No way. Sorry, Rich. Thank you for the Soprano reference, Richie. That was a great Soprano reference. You guys, the live motherfucking chat, are amazing. Thank you for adding fuel to that flame. I'm sure we'll talk about that again later in the episode as well, because we see the one-way side again. So here we go. So Carol talks to Morgan now. This is the scene we were talking about earlier, and she succumbs to it all. Carol's like,
bring Daryl and everyone else to the kingdom.
Why? Morgan just tells kind of an awful lie, and it's an interesting scene, but he does make a good point. You talked about this a few minutes ago, Joe, too, about it's not my place. And someone said this in the live chat too. It's not my place. I didn't tell Daryl. You asked me not to talk. I got the vault. The vault was sealed. You told me not to say anything. I'm being a good friend here, and I'm not saying anything. And Daryl found you, so that's between you and Daryl. It's not my place to tell you what happened in Alexandria. So
no, it's not his place to say what happened in Alexandria, but it's not his place to say what was said between you and Daryl. I don't know, but I can tell you what happened in Alexandria if you want to know.
Joe, were you there? Did do it, Carol, or no? Oh, what would you do? Oh, sorry. Red Bull gives you wings, Joe. It was definitely Red Bull that gave Carol the strength. Did you know she could have drinking a Red Bull before that happened? Joe, you're not as gangster as Carol. Don't perceive to know what a gangster ass Carol capabilities are or not. Hashtag.
I am apparently not as gangster as Carol, because I never would have thought. I would have seen that street sign sitting there and said, "Oh shit! I hope I don't trip on that while I'm trying to kill these 5 zombies." Fuck, why didn't the town clear this out of the way? Not once would it have entered my mind. Let me grab this 100-pound thing, like, climb up this fucking tree, which, wow, the town took time to put fucking wooden planks so you can climb the tree easy, but not clear out the debris around the fucking street. Okay, sure, let's live in filth and squalor, but at least we have a tree perch.
The subliminal Seinfeld joke Nick Diaz could pick up. Carol has menopause power. The power of menopause compels you, Sylvia. Perfect timing to join the podcast. So, Joe, we have a lot of really good explanations about how Carol picked this up.
Yeah, they are all
Red Bull,
really good explanations.
I think
Red Bull, testosterone, adrenaline,
lots of good points.
Varsity athlete lettering on her chest.
Superhero-like ability. Hashtag The Walking Dead logic. I mean, come on, there's lots of things going on here, Joe. So,
but the best explanation is, just Gimple's an idiot.
Okay, I like that one too. So Morgan says it's Daryl's place to tell you. Do you want me to come to Alexandria with you, and then you can ask Daryl? So he basically says it without saying it. Listen, I can't tell you anything, but if you want to come to Alexandria with me and ask Daryl if he was lying, I'll come with you to Alexandria and ask Daryl if he's lying. So he tells her without telling her.
Right.
So then Carol leaves, and I actually want to listen to this one. So this is Carol talking to the kid who's trying to figure out, who wants to learn, and I want Joe, you to talk about this afterwards. How can Carol teach Ben to do what she does? So let's listen to Carol.
Well, can I just, if you don't mind?
Can't you just make me a couple of cookies, Carol? I just want a Carol cookie. Come on, Carol. I'm just really into older women. Can't you take me with you, baby?
So basically, in that scene, he tells Carol, "Take me with you. I want to be like you. Let me be with you. Let me learn." That was just so badass what you just did there. I'm a sponge. I want to learn. And she says, "No, go to the drop. Go die. I don't want any part of you. I don't have any cookies." And I think Joe's onto something. He could have fed the cookies. Should Daryl have taught this kid how to lift up street signs in a single bound, Joe? Should she have passed on some of that knowledge?
Yeah, nope. Carol's gonna keep that shit to herself.
Yeah, if you can do that shit, you definitely keep that shit to yourself. Carol is Azora High, Joe. That sign was Lightbringer.
That might be true.
I have to say, the shit talking Joe is doing is definitely making many of the viewers here probably watch the episode again for more context. If that shit in the show gave us nothing, at least it gives us Joe's rage. Fucking great stuff going on in the live chat as always. And if you're listening to the podcast later, the audio podcast, or watching this at a later date on YouTube, please come and try to join us live right after the episode airs, just to get into the live motherfucking chat, because that is most of the fun of this podcast. Joe and I are lucky.
Did you say that when Carol was walking through town and she hit that walker and it didn't die before she gets to Alexandria? Did you say that somebody was looking from around the corner?
I think I forgot that. It's Richard, right? That's looking at it.
I'm pretty sure it was, but setting up this little thing there, I'm pretty sure it was Richard, but I'm not positive. I was wondering, and I was figuring if it was the boot people or the bootmen, they would have shown us that it was Boots.
No, I think it was supposed to be Richard, and actually I think it's
okay. I thought so too.
I think it comes. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so Carol and the kid talk, and then she looks around after seeing a walker, and someone is watching her, and it's Richard. I think I put question mark. He comes and he buries a little girl's backpack, and we see the "Bury Me Here" sign. So we see, and what I think ultimately that was to show that Richard set up his grave because he premeditated everything that was to come later, and he wanted to show where he wanted to be buried, with his daughter's stuff. So
that's probably where his daughter died. Yeah,
where his daughter died. Her remains are in the backpack. Who knows what's going on in that situation? So we see a family and kids playing in the kingdom. We see Ezekiel looking at the land he surveys, and then we get probably one of the funniest scenes on The Walking Dead that I've seen in a while. And I'm gonna play part of this one because this is hilarious. This had me laughing, like legitimately laughing.
She likes you.
That's what I'm afraid of.
She's afraid the tiger's gonna go tiger, and I have to say, because of the way that they had the CG tiger in this scene, because it was in the the foreground or whatever, it didn't look as fake as it had looked because they didn't focus on it as much, and you didn't get like a close-up look. The distance of it made it look a little bit better. Maybe it wouldn't on rewatch, but it didn't bother me as it has bothered me in the past. And I like seeing a realistic reaction to a fucking tiger with this woman that's like, yeah, I'm pissing my pants. I think I pissed myself with your fucking tiger there.
Right. Yeah.
It's a fucking tiger.
Yeah.
It's a fucking tiger.
Yeah. And if it decides it's hungry, we'll both meet.
Tune in next week to find out if she really did piss herself. Timo said, I hated this scene. This is fucking stupid. The piss myself moment had me laugh out loud. Joe, not a big fan of the scene. Anything to say?
I just thought, like, she's like, we got a problem. We got weevils, and now we got to burn the entire crop. Or
they got Pokemon. They got Weedles.
But here's the thing, like, how much fucking pesticides have been, you know, scavenged by people? I'm sure there's pesticides around that can take care of your weevil problem. And then if there aren't, I'm sure there's natural ways to do it. What? You guys have a library somewhere? Go get a fucking book and get rid of your fucking weevils. Don't burn your entire crop before you have to. Like,
so
seems a little like just over the top to me. But you know, I'm not a farmer, so.
Phil got excited for a wild Weedle appearing. I did. I thought they were talking about Pokemon. The acting was cringeworthy for Timo, and at least Ezekiel didn't bring Shiva to the handoff. Yeah, why would you bring Shiva?
And I thought so too. And I thought the acting, I thought her acting, the pissed me now. I think I pissed myself. Girl was she didn't pull off scared. She didn't even pull off like she was actually looking at a tie. Like, it just was weird.
And Timo
the whole scene was weird.
Timo also adds, and wasn't that tiger around for a long time? Why is she acting like this is the first time she's seeing Shiva? So she's suddenly, that's got to get old. Every time she's been there for so long, every time she comes there, she goes, I'm pissing myself for your tiger. So your tiger might go tiger and kill me.
I'm pretty sure I stay away from the tiger and don't like.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm not hanging out with Ezekiel. I don't want to go hang out with the guy that's got a fucking tiger.
Yeah,
I'm sitting at his feet.
Get me the fuck away from that thing. Don't even. She didn't even pull the idea of I'm on a TV show about fucking zombies. No pesticides for King Ezekiel. Bull weevils. Like, dude, what type of humors are why have that type of humor on The Walking Dead? I mean, I guess I hear what you guys are saying. It's just sort of puts you. The only reason I like it is because I find the kingdom shit ridiculous on the television show, and the thou art, thee art, and every time they get into that, may I see your presence, King Ezekiel. So when they make fun of it from within, I at least appreciate it a little bit, and I felt like that scene, they make fun of it to a certain extent. Like, there's a fucking tiger in this scene, I gotta take a piss. But I agree that it's kind of out of place in the moment, but I think this is out of place on this show anyway, and you just have a giant fucking tiger there. You have to make jokes about it, or if you take it too serious, it would be even stupider, I think. I don't know. That's my opinion on it. Joe's nodding, so I'm not completely.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. It just, the thing that hit me, that made the scene flat for me, was it was literally the acting felt.
The acting. Yeah.
On both Ezekiel's part and her part, the tiger did the best job. The
actor that plays Ezekiel brings it when he's in scenes with certain people. He does very well with Carol, but when he's in with his, and he pulls off the same kind of comedy scene with his guy Jerry later in the episode with the squat cobbler and shit. But and so Ezekiel can kind of play to his strengths around him. He doesn't make someone else better in the scene, because I agree, she's probably, for the one-off glorified extra that got to say that one line, maybe it was a giveaway line. I just found the concept of the tiger making it feel ridiculous kind of okay in the moment. Agreed, Phil. Maybe if the acting was better, I would have responded to it better. Meredith Kessler, she was like the other no-name kingdomers at the drop. Who are they and why do we care? Mary B says the tiger was almost method acting in that moment.
Yeah, he nailed it. Really nailed it. Sheba really nailed it. She did a good job. I
really wish Sheba could be up for consideration in award season, because it's again, I'm talking about this before. No tiger from Dr. Dolittle too, because that tiger probably should have won all the awards at the Tiger Awards. So okay, so we get this roar, whatever. Then we see the tiger look for better distance. We see someone taking melons, and we hear dark music. So then we go off to Morgan and Ben. Something about painting and something about a book, and this kid's dead. That's exactly what I wrote in my notes at this point. Off to Morgan and the dead kid. Something about a painting, ? Something about a book. Come on, this kid's dead, !
Yeah.
He gives him a picture of some random shit. Morgan is happy, and he talks about, someone else said this in the live chat a couple of times. This is when he mentions the girl. Oh, you got a girl? Oh, well, tell me about this girl. Can we, it's like.
Does she like older men?
Yeah, I'm in a but what I was gonna say was, it's almost like this other show that we watch. I don't want to spoil Game of Thrones, but when a certain character at the end of a couple seasons ago was a scumbag, and they had him, and we all knew he was a scumbag, but then they had to make, and he likes to have sex with 12-year-olds, and he likes to do this and this, just so we could hate him more and more and more and more and more in this situation. It's more and more and more and more of, oh, let's really love Ben and feel for this kid. And I guess I just never feel like it's justified any caring about Ben. And I think what eventually works in the episode is caring about Morgan and his reaction to it. It's not about this kid, Ben. And I feel like the episode plays it more of, you should care about Ben. He's got a lot going on. This kid's going to be the next warrior. Or they just made it too ridiculously obvious, and it's kind of just stupid. It's just a scene we didn't need when an episode is 7 minutes over a normal cut time. The scenes like this, you can cut for fucking better flow. That's why The Walking Dead feels like derpy shit sometimes this season, because even in a good episode like this, you could trim it a little bit more. It has too much control. Someone mentioned this before. I mentioned this a couple of times in the last couple of weeks. It needs to get some negative criticism, and people need to know it needs to change up the top. So The Walking Dead is trying hard again. They're on a little bit of an automatic pilot, and there's moments when they try, because the actors are great, and when they touch on a storyline, like, again, Morgan going crazy in this episode was done really fucking well.
And they get an extra hour of TV time with The Talking Dead afterwards. It's all right to their head, where they think it's okay to have this fucking 40-something-year-old woman climb a tree with a street sign that weighs so much.
They started The Talking Dead. So much emotional stuff happened in this episode tonight.
Oh
my goodness. Morgan went crazy, and will he ever come back, and will our hearts ever be the same? It was something like that. The episode started. As I was shutting my television off, that was the intro. And it's just so much smelling their own farts, and that's okay. Smelling farts a little bit's all right, but I think they just need. There's no reason these episodes need to be these little bits longer. And I know it's to put more commercials in, so AMC doesn't give a fuck. As I'm not even looking in the live motherfucking chat, but people are going, Phil, dumbass commercials. I get that, but they could still edit these episodes down a little bit and then add more commercials in, because the runtime of the episode itself could be a little shorter.
They couldn't possibly add any more fucking commercials. 8 minutes of commercials, 9 minutes of commercials sandwiched between. 9 minutes of commercials, sandwiching 6 minutes of episode.
You just keep talking about sandwiches, Joe. That was on the mind.
It was like, seriously, it's disgusting. And then, like, right before, it's all extra commercial time. There's no extra show time. It's all about the commercials. Standard commercial break is like 2.5 minutes of some shit, and this is ridiculous. They're almost double that on their standard commercial breaks. And they have at least 2 extra breaks an episode than the standard TV shows.
So then we're off to the melons and Richard, and Morgan says this kid, or they start hammering in more about how Ben's going to be dead, how he's too young to raise his brother alone. They talk about stuff. They talk about kids. He asks Morgan if he had a son. Morgan's sad. Then Richard says, you're a good man, just stupid with your no kidding. And the day is coming when you can't be good. Don't beat yourself up about it when that day comes. So then Ezekiel calls Ben to take leave of him, and Jerry's eating a cobbler. I've talked about the scene a couple times, so listen to this.
Leave the cobbler. Bro, Jerry.
Okay, bring the fine.
Squat the cobbler.
Yeah, fine. Squat the cobbler then. So how could anyone be a jerk to Jerry? He's such a sweetheart. So Morgan asks Ben,
Because he's eating all the fucking food, dude. He's hiding in the truck eating a whole cobbler pie while they're having to give away their, skunk melons and shit.
Q Chronic says, my farts are awesome. Hey, stop smelling your farts. They have most fans locked in. I watched an hour of 6 minutes on the DVR in 47 minutes because the episodes themselves aren't longer. It's just more commercials. Okay, thank you, Timo. And very fair, Critch. The episodes themselves aren't longer. They're just adding more commercials. So it's my imagination that the episodes could be cut a little tighter. That's basically normal runtime, and they're just
it is. They're
legitimately adding 7 more minutes of commercials. Fucking bastards. Elg says, I don't barely notice the commercials. Fat people are doomed. Do the saviors know about Shiva? Brian, that's a good point. Why didn't, and someone else asked this in the live chat a second ago, why didn't they bring Shiva to the
Shiva
job?
would be murdered immediately.
You think
that's good? That's good meat. It's dangerous to have a tiger around. It's good meat, and I could use a new lion skin tiger skin coat. Lion, leopard, whatever. Tiger skin boots or some shit. So, that's the type of people the Negan and the Saviors are. Why would you ever let them know that you had a tiger?
Let's pause for the recap for 1 second and get into our first voicemail of the night. Hopefully he's still in the live motherfucking chat or watching this later at some point. But we got a voicemail from LT Guys, one of the awesome dudes out there. So let's listen to his voicemail, and then we'll get back to the recap in a second.
First of all, to get a voice message from Peter Baelish is awesome. But anyways, I want to say that this is the biggest debacle ever. Very disappointed with tonight's episode that it takes for a great character to die who I thought would have been a great fighter in the war to come against Negan. And, it really pisses me off. It takes this to get Morgan, which is a great character, to want to fight. And I'm really disappointed. I thought tonight's episode was just bullshit. I am very disappointed with this episode. And this is coming from a comic book reader and a show watcher. But, Phil, you're awesome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Phil. But I'm very disappointed with tonight's episode. And I would just like to say that I know good things are going to come, but they're going to make us wait till next season, people. And this is Sir O.T. Gallus, and I'm out.
I think you're right, because next week we're going to have more. We're either going to be back at Hilltop or on the road to get more guns up with the with the ocean side, right? Which brings us to the last 2 episodes, which I think I want to say in that second to last episode, that's going to be our action. That's going to be our war start, and it'll be over. And we'll have that come down episode with some sort of cliffhanger. They want to make the trash.
They want to make
some
season
shit.
8 episode 1, which I think is the 100th episode of The Walking Dead, the big episode. They want to make that like the huge fucking let's go crazy 100th episode of The Walking Dead. So I have a feeling it's all going to lead up, and then you're going to get a lead up, and you're going to get another cliffhanger leading into that season 8 episode 1, and that.
And I'm hoping that they go right into that episode 8-1, and I'm hoping we have I don't even know. I don't want to.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Nah,
we can talk about that in the
gonna...
off season. So we can speculate about that shit later after we.
Yeah, we'll speculate later. See what happens this time.
So Morgan asks Ben who that girl is again. Off the fence to meet the saviors. Richard says, "Get the guns off the road. The road is blocked with all these."
No. Leave the guns. Get the cannolis.
Get the cannolis. So get the guns. Take the cannolis. It's blocked up. Ezekiel says, they say, "Stay in your car, Your Majesty." It's a bunch of shopping carts. They all come to check it out. I didn't realize. Sorry, that wasn't intended. Scouting out the area to protect the king. They play some Ghost Recon with Richard leading the Discord group and going, "Take a left, take over here." And the music gets tense. Richard leads the attack. Ben does not have his gun up, and they go. Then they get really pissed off. Get your gun up, Ben. So they walk past.
Is this high enough? Okay, I'll listen to everything Morgan says about my posture and how to use my staff weapon, but really lift my gun, be ready.
Oh, do I have to?
Do I really? Do I have to be prepared? Do I have to know what I'm doing?
Do I have to take this test? So they walk past the cart, which is a giant arrow, and they go the direction. They find a shovel, and we see a sign that says, "Bury me there." So then Ezekiel gives a little bit of a speech.
Tyrants, genocide, systems of quiet hate, while others enjoy freedom on the same piece of land. Get this, how we must exist now.
Suck my balls! And Ben shows how enlightened he is.
Your Majesty.
What's your majesty?
Yeah. He's so enlightened. Is this high enough? Ugh. I'm enlightened. I know how to use a staff, and I read The Art of Peace. Don't tell me how to play the gun.
you turned him into Beavis?
That has something.
Yeah, that's right, butthead.
Pretty much, because I thought I was really pissed about it. He said it like at least once or twice before that. Everybody, put your guns up. Like, be ready. Your gun down at your side is not ready. Having to take aim after someone's shooting at you is not ready. Have aim.
Someone triggered.
Have your gun pointed where you're fucking looking, so that if you see a threat where you're looking, your gun is already pointed at the fucking threat.
And did Joe not turn his clock back saying 7:30? Yeah, or when you were saying that when you were saying when you were checking the time clock, you were saying 7:30 instead of 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it, fuck him on the phone.
Dude, these are numbers. So,
What are you fucking numbers? Go fuck yourself.
7, 9. What's the difference?
So anyway, yeah, 7.
Dude, I'm in the Western time zone right now. I mean, Midwestern time zone right now.
Yeah. Joe's out.
Mountain time, Central time.
Yeah, Joe's got some mountain time going on. He's in the new studios, Issues Studio B. So I don't understand why people are watching a show that people hate. Even the one
I love the show, I just don't love the direction it's taken, and I will finish this show. I will watch it through its end. I'm not going to give up on it. It's like just because your child gets detention doesn't mean you throw him out of the house.
Sandman wants to know: do we just watch the show to make fun of plot holes, Joe? Is that why you watch the show? You just want to?
I'm watching the show to. Hopefully,
what's wrong
to watch
with you, Joe?
Become that show that it was when it first started watching.
No, Joe.
But, plot holes are one thing.
We don't want to like it, Joe. We want to hate it.
I'm sorry. It's not a plot hole that she picks up a fucking heavy ass street sign. It's just absolutely fucking ridiculous. That's not a plot hole. Yes. That's like if she came walking through and was like, "Oh no, let me lift this car up like Superman does to get it off of Ben's poor leg." All right, yeah, sure. That happens. It's happened before, and it has, right? Yeah.
Oh, of course. Sure. No, we talk about. Doc Boy says we talk about boobies too. We talk about boobies.
Yeah. They don't show enough boobies on The Walking Dead. You figure there'd be a lot more boobies.
You figure
men's and women's.
Yeah. How we have not seen Eugene's man titties yet, and I'm embarrassed by that.
Or Daryl's.
Very true. And Sandman says, "Joe, a street sign weighs 20 pounds, dude. Come on." And can someone can someone ask Joe how he feels about street sign physics in The Walking Dead, please?
I just don't understand it. I don't understand how you make these decisions. How, like...
No, we'll
I mean, I guess I have a boss in real life, so I mean, I guess I know how stupid decisions get made all the time. That I don't, not necessarily my boss currently, but I've had bosses in life. That I just want to get that out there. I love you, boss.
We got Marie in the live motherfucking chat. Great to see you, Marie. And thank you so much for everyone in the live fucking chat. And we'll get back to you guys. Let's get back into the recap. So we go off to Gavin and his savior Dick, swinging Morgan's stick, waiting for him to show up.
Savior Dick swinging Morgan's stick,
waiting for him to show up. And some shit talk. Jerry gets hit. Ben calls a rat-faced prick. Don't bring your shit here. Let's make things easy. The Pussy Savior and the Dick Saviors give a warning speech. They give the offering, which is light 1 melon. They want their guns too. This is where we get to the situation where they say, listen, You're 1 melon short. You said 12. There's 11. Ezekiel's like, no, there's fucking 12. I know there's 12.
I counted them myself.
And they go, give over your guns. This is one of those moments where I think this was a very well done scene. But just from a realistic standpoint, if I am Ezekiel and crew, once they ask me for my guns right there, I fucking start shooting because I know we're going to lose someone and I want to go out fighting in that moment and not just fucking keep eating shit. You know what kind of people these people are. You haven't seen it, but they keep threatening this. Why don't you shoot first and ask questions later?
And they obviously had that instinct because they every single one of them who had a gun, pulled their gun out and aimed it at the saviors. Like, and how many times do you hear it? If you're going to pull the gun out and aim it at someone, you better fucking pull the trigger.
Yeah.
People don't like getting guns pointed at them. And like, it just, I don't understand why there wasn't a big shootout right there.
Yeah, I agree. I totally thought that was the direction it should have gone.
And especially like if I'm holding a gun on you, Phil, and like, I'm like, give me your weapon. And then you make a jerking movement to like whip your weapon out. That's when like you get shot. If you like, okay, here you go. That's when you don't get shot. Like that's when police shoot you, is when you make those jerking movements or like go reach for your cell phone real quick.
If I've learned anything from the movie, fucking, what is it called? Roadhouse, from Patrick Swayze and what's his name? The other guy.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. When someone points a gun in your face, you have two choices. You can die or fucking kill the motherfucker. Those are your two choices, especially in this Walking Dead world. I know me, I'd probably die. I do the third option, shit your pants and fucking defecate all over the place.
Well, no. That's not a third option. That's part of option 1 and 2.
Fair enough. That would be my first option, though. Shit my pants in fear and run and probably die getting shot in the back as I'm running away from the situation like a coward. Yeah,
you're allowed to even shit your pants and then kill the person, too.
It works.
It happens. Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
There's something about shitting your pants really inspires.
That part's not optional.
No, that's happening. There's no way that's not happening. Fucking, so why have guns and not use it, Sylvia says. And especially in this world. This isn't our world here. This is a fucking apocalyptic wasteland of zombies and fucking pirates and all these fucks that are taking your shit. You kill these fucks. These aren't normal people. These are your enemies that have been playing that mafia game with you of, we're going to protect you. Yeah, pay us and we'll protect you. We're taking 50% of your shit, you know. And
yeah, we'll protect you from us as long as you pay us.
And this is all over 1 melon too. It's not like they're way short. It's 11 instead of 12. That's how big of dicks these guys are. I'll suck your dick, Negan, says Atari Dad. No, they're not digesting anything. If anything, the flesh they eat would just slide down the digestive. Oh, I didn't even know when I jumped in there. Offer to suck a savior's dick like menace to society. Good day to you.
I got these 2 cheeseburgers right here, baby. I got these 2 cheese. I got 250 in these 2 cheeseburgers.
Joe with Rosita rationale right now, says Sandman. Sandman's all over us tonight. Joe with Rosita rationale right now. Corey says, I will give you just 1 bullet. Lav, great to see Lav. Lots of love to her right now. Tebow, great to see everyone in the live fucking chat. It's a huge night and amazing to see all of you guys here to talk some Walking Dead. So we get some more shit talk back and forth, and it goes, Richard says, you should give over your guns right now. And the ass guy taunts Richard a little bit, and he gives...
The ass guy.
And he says, give Morgan his stick, and we can all get along with the day, Ezekiel says. But Ezekiel eventually relents, and it's all coming to a head. Morgan says it's fine. Ezekiel gives up the guns. Ben's not happy. And then this dude gives into a speech. He's like, we took the guns because... you had 11 melons, not 12 melons. And Ezekiel's like, this shit's not possible. I counted it myself. I know there's more than that melons. I carried the watermelons is what he says. And he goes, oh, I carried the watermelons. But speaking of another Patrick Swayze movie, Ezekiel says it's not possible. He walks up, some shit's about to happen right now. Gavin says, listen, I took your guns away because I have a feeling this is going to get intense. And the dick guy said, you mean right now, boss? You mean I get to kill somebody right now, boss? And immediately. And
no, and I think they were probably just going to beat somebody up. They weren't going to shoot somebody. Any bullet wound can kill somebody. You get shot anywhere. People live too often from single gunshot wounds in movies and TV shows and shit. Like
Atari Dad said the Count from Sesame Street should have been this one. I'll not give you 1 gun and 2 guns and 3. 10 millions! I've got 10 millions! The couch. Scott Freely, I would say this was my favorite episode of the season. Did have some minor nitpicky issues, but for the most part, I mean, we're getting into it. The biggest problem I have with it is this section, is the section with the whole Ben dying. I think that's very easy to break apart because I think it was so predictable and so calculated.
Yeah, it was.
And just so on the nose of what you expected to happen in that. I feel like the Morgan stuff, Morgan's reaction to it is excellent. And we're going to get to that in a second. And how he reacts, the way he does it. I mean, if he was going to do what he did with Richard, I expected him to do it in the house with him, not when he did it. I just thought that was done exceptionally well. And we're going to get to it. I think it gets better here. And it Miranda's a little bit in the middle here. So Gavin,
well, you saw it on when they were in the house and Richard's doing all this talking. There's a moment where you see an expression change on Morgan's face. And I think it's around the time when he's saying we needed them to trust us completely and everything. I think that's when Morgan says, "Oh, I'll kill you in front of them," to himself. I think he kind of figures that part out immediately then. I could be wrong, but I really want to say, like,
oh shit.
Then I'll tell everybody kind of backed him off of like wanting to kill him, but you know, I could be wrong. I could be like adding way too much into it. But
oh my fuck, Joe, I have to do it. You fuck. I love you, Sandman. I love your honesty. I love you.
What did you just get?
Sandman just fucked me. Sandman's been awesome. He's been awesome,
super chatted.
We love him for it because we mean, like, when we want the live chat, we don't want people just agreeing with our opinion. We enjoy being challenged. And if we feel like we're being nitpicky, call us on that shit. But Sandman being a truly awesome motherfucking individual, I have to take a shot. It's not going to be a big shot. It's going to be a small shot. I have to take a shot. Thank you, Sandman, you son of a fuck. Let me do this. Okay, it's a little shot. I didn't not taking a huge one, but $5 fucking donation. You were the fucking man. Thank you for this super chat, love. If you got, knocking shit over. The super
I don't have
chat.
anything to join you with.
That's okay, Joe. That's okay, Joe. This is on me. Next time you're here, unless you're in the house, you don't have to participate in this sort of shit. But to you, Sandman, thank you, buddy. Lots of love, my friend. And
I need I need something.
Fuck.
Do we get any wine upstairs, Katie?
Fuck.
You seen any wine anywhere?
Fucking balls.
One coming out of your mouth.
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. We heard people wanted to hear Katie Crow. There she was in the background right there.
There she was. Your audience is looking for you, Katie.
So Gavin says we're gonna get a deal right now. The dick guy's like right now and pulls the gun on Richard.
There she is.
Oh, there she is, right in the back, flying in the back, right there. Great to see you. Great to see you in the back, right there. So she's gonna watch the rest of the watch Joe and the rest of the podcast to make sure he behaves himself. So Gavin said to make sure he's no drinking right there. Is that the bird? People saying hashtag we want Katie Crow, wave to Katie Crow. Gets lots of love going in there. And thank you. Someone says I have to do a bong hit next time. I don't even know what that is. Okay, so, but again, lots of love to everyone in the live chat. And Sandman, thank you so much for forcing me to take that shot. And thank you for the support on Super Chat. That's the kind of love that keeps us going. So to continue, Timo says, really? Oh my God, I wonder who they shot in this commercial break. My heart can't take the suspense. Go the fuck off. So we come back in and wow, Ben is shot. Who thought it could happen, Joe? Did you even think?
Who shot the Benny?
Who?
I knew it was going to happen. We all knew it was going to happen. It happened. It happened.
Predictable as fuck. So we come back in and Ben's been shot. Gavin is like, what the fuck? Give Morgan back his stick and let's get the fuck out of there. It's a super high tension.
Bring him to Carol's house.
Let's do it. Bring him to Carol's house.
Because that's where we stashed all our medical supplies. What?
And do you agree with okay, so Morgan's freaking out. They shoot him. It's high pressure. Ben is shot in that situation. You think this guy just kind of improv this moment and wasn't predictable just because of Gavin's reaction? That's what I want to see. Do you buy Gavin's reaction that he's really kind of upset about the situation?
With the whole, now you got to walk home.
No, or just that he seemed, ultimately that he gets pissed off at him later in the episode that he killed this kid. And right in this moment, Gavin appears to be a little upset about how this situation transpired. So you think maybe he ordered him to just beat the shit out of somebody, that he was going to like, and this guy, Dick guy, anti-Jesus there, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's been trying to pick a fight the entire time. He's been instigating the entire time. But I want to say, it's set up that way. You know, that's why this guy is there. Like, all right, when we get there, I want you to like needle at them. I want you to like pick a fight. Give us an excuse.
A good cop, bad cop situation.
Yes, that's what I feel like. They were sent there, one to be a good cop and one to be a bad cop.
Av says, hell nah, to the nah, Phil. No, Gavin, he didn't give a fuck, Phil. Stupid. He didn't call me stupid. I had to. I didn't get him being upset. Maybe he maybe he expected him to shoot Richard because he said that Richard would be first. Who shot the sheriff? I shot the sheriff.
And the thing is too, is the Savior's whole thing is one person dies, and I think they might have already killed their one person from the kingdom, or from a group from the kingdom at some point, but one person always dies, right? That's the Savior's thing. We're only going to kill one of you, so you know. So what? Every time we're short a melon, you're going to kill one of us? That's not how it works. That's not like, sure, beat one of them up, but by killing Ben right there, you're breaking the deal. You're killing someone else. You're opening it up for when you do go back to get that melon. Is there going to be like another 20 people there waiting to kill all of us because they really liked this kid? Like, oh, you got super chatted again, didn't you? Yeah. Once it happens, once one person pops that cherry, man, pops that ice, and
no one wants to see this, Timo. Where's my fucking glass, Timo?
I'm so happy. I'm so happy when I texted you earlier. I was like, am I coming there, or are we doing this on the phone?
A mistake, Joe. I should have.
You fucked up. I'd at least have been there to share your misery.
I fucked up the audience. I fucked up. Look at Timo, you fucking devil. Timo, one of our greatest supporters. Fucking crazy. Fuck you, Timo. I love you so much. Here we go. This is to you, Timo. Fucking fuck. Okay, Joe. So as I'm stalling here, Richard says I can't believe it. They come back in. Ben shot. Gavin is like, let's get him back. Morgan's stick. They all run out of there and they head over to they head into the car and they go to Carol's house. Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and take a shot.
The bit in the box.
Oh, you fuck. Oh my god. Okay. So kitty. We cut to Carol planting seeds, and we get another shot of some great skies with her. We hear a car pulling up. You fuck dirty issues. You fuck. Okay. Oh, we got another.
Oh, Taka did it to you now too, huh?
What an asshole. I love you guys.
Check out the Dirty Issues channel for your PAX East coverage coming up too.
Yeah, absolutely. I will pour that in a second, Dirty Issues. Keep me honest. And so we cut over to Carol planting seeds.
Pour it now. No, you got to take them as they come in. There ain't no waiting. If another one comes in right afterwards, man, you just did 3 shots in 5 minutes. That's the way it goes. You can't be like putting them off. You'll get behind.
That's true. You fucking asshole. Okay, this is no more. No more.
No, you can't. No, man. People have already made their donations. They just haven't come through on the chat yet. There's a delay.
Joe, shut up and leave your ass home. What are you doing, Joe? Joe, if people keep doing this, then I can pay you. Then I can fire you. So shut the fuck up, Joe. Fuck you. Okay, so we got over to Carol's, and I'm holding this for you. Okay, here you go, Taka. 1, 2, 3. Fuck, and fuck you, Elia, for bringing over this bottle of vodka, too. Okay, so we cut over. No one wants to see this. It's like you're donating money, so I drink and take fucking shots. You don't want to do this. Don't donate your money. You don't want to do this. And what is Phil drinking? Phil is drinking this kind of vodka.
Russian Standard.
Yeah, Russian Standard.
It's called Russian Standard vodka. It's really good.
It is really
it's the smoothest vodka I've ever drank. It's so good.
It's very, very tasty. Anyway, so they're okay. So Carol is planting seeds, and there's a car pulling up, and they bring Ben into her house. He's bleeding through. He's starting to fade. Ben gets a great line because so many fucking times in life when we're fucking dying, we have this moment to say this amazing prophetic thing. And
if you hurt your opponent, you hurt yourself. and no Tebow, it's fucking I'm just as goofy either way. It's no, I really do appreciate it as always, the support that all of you guys give the channel just by sharing it. Let's do this again, Nick Diaz. You're fucked. I can't even get through this episode. Quick, let's get through this fucking episode. No, wait. Again what?
Oh, let's do it again.
Oh, number 4 coming at you.
I'm being smart about the size of these shots. That's what I'm doing. Here we go. Fuck, why did I bring this bottle up? I said to Steph I shouldn't bring the bottle up, and she's like, you make that money. You get that bottle out there. Drink, Rummy.
She got bills to pay.
Yeah,
you better be drinking.
We got cable bills, and fucking we need to keep doing this. Okay, I'm holding this right here, and I will take it in a second. Don't someone get him a beer. Don't kill me. Exactly. Don't kill me. Get me a beer.
No, we won't let him die on air. We're monitoring the Philip.
Yeah, Joe's a medical professional of some sort, so he can help me if something goes wrong. Sort of. He can call 911. So
yeah, my fingers work.
So we cut over to we already talked about this. Carol fucking planting fucking seeds and bleeding through some shit. So then Ben says, okay, Ben's dead. Sorry. So Morgan's pissed and heads out, and bam, bury me. Here's clear Morgan is back as the walls start closing in. This is when the episode.
He finds the melon.
Yeah, this is when he finds the melon. Yeah, he finds the melon. I'm not talking about back to school. He finds the melon, and he does a triple ending in this situation, and he finds the melon and he goes ape shit. This was done exceptionally fucking well. There's all the shit I give The Walking Dead. When they do shit like this, and when they do these fast cuts and this pulpish fucking shit, it's fucking great. I love what they do here, and I love the feeling of watching Morgan lose fucking shit, Joe. I love this.
So,
scene.
I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Like Richard's been trying to, Richard does this, and Morgan finds the melon and eventually kills Richard, right? And nobody's like, well, we've known him for so long, Morgan. How can we believe that you're telling the truth here and didn't just, murder our friend, you psychopath? Because they know that Richard has been egging on for this war, and this might not be something out of character for Richard. But what I don't understand is they've had this deal going on with the Saviors for how long that, the town doesn't know about it. They've kept it from the town, right? They've kept it from the kingdom. The rest of the kingdom doesn't know about the Saviors. So what happened to our other 12 pigs? What happened to the other 12 cantaloupes? Is Jerry eating all the fucking cantaloupes and pigs?
I don't know. Yeah, I think
King Ezekiel, are you hoarding all the fucking food and we're out here starving?
I don't want to know what the fuck he's doing with those pigs, Joe. What a pig. He's recreating scenes from Charlotte's Web and Babe. I don't want to know what he's fucking doing with those pigs.
Rather than going and getting himself killed or getting Ben killed, wouldn't it have been a better play for Richard to let everybody know about the fucking deal between the Saviors and the Kingdom and how they're robbing us and cheating us and killing us and shit? Wouldn't that be a better way to start to kick off this whole revolutionary and getting people to want to fight the Saviors?
Because he's fat, Joe. Someone said in the live chat. Because he's fat. No, because he has to eat that shit. Because he has to eat those melons. Dark. Thank you, buddy. Lots of love, Dark. I got your shot right here. I'm not gonna take it. I'm whistling out on the shot. That's a little tiny, Dark. I have to add a little bit more so you can get the most out of your donation. I don't want to fucking fuck anybody here. I might need to pause a moment. I'm gonna pause a moment to take this.
Whew. Damn, dude.
Oh my fuck!
I'm getting thirsty.
You are. I bet you are. Joe's like, I'm coming in 2 weeks. I'm over there. They can't stop me this time. So Morgan is pissed. He bams. He heads out there and just starts going crazy. As I said, this is an amazing scene where he flashes to Richard. He realizes everything, puts it all together, and Timo said in the live chat at this point in time, Morgan can save this by killing Richard right fucking now. And Nick Diaz says, I want to eat Rosita's melons. Actually, take that back. King James says, quit fat shaming in the live chat, motherfuckers. Stop it. Yeah.
Now those are some honeydews.
Okay, I gotta go. Fuck. Actually, I can't lie. That was smooth as shit. They taste good now, Joe. It's dangerous time. They tasted good. Okay, Joe, we're almost to the end here. Let's see. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. That's it. So pull your shit together. Morgan pissed, and then Morgan can save this episode by killing Richard right now. So then we go. Timo says Richard's nose looks like two ass cheeks, and
it does a little bit.
Drew Chronic says they also flash Dwight, Morgan's son, in this scene a little bit too. They flashed a couple shots of Morgan's son when in his going crazy little montage there. We see basically everything for Morgan. Don't let the smooth taste fool you, Phil. Oh, Joe. Oh, fucking Joe. I was hoping Morgan would have stabbed him right then. Me too, Timo. Yep. I was hoping he was just going to kind of get rid of it right at that moment. So Morgan confronts Richard. Richard admits what we all knew it was supposed to be. Gavin said, I'd be first. I was going to give my life. Morgan does not look amused. Richard makes sense. We've done nothing. And it's a good line read by this actor that plays Richard. But Morgan just given this fucking death stare the whole fucking time. Richard tells a story about the first thing, basically about a baby dying, and then Richard loses a little bit, talking about how they fucked up and did nothing, and that he could do nothing to save his child, and before he knew it, he lost his little girl right in front of him. Morgan can relate to all of this.
Evil triumphs when good men do nothing.
And when Morgan actually called Ben Dwayne, I literally marked out, holy shit, that was deep as fuck, man. Yeah. It was heartbreaking. It really was. Yeah. And Richard says, listen, we can use this. We can use as dark music plays. Morgan listen to the rationalization that Richard's saying right now. And basically Richard's like, we should kill them all in one fell swoop. And then he does a really weird say, you have, he goes all Shatner in this scene. You have to kill Morgan. So Joe, do you have anything to say about this scene between Morgan and Richard?
I wouldn't have been upset if he had stabbed him right then and there, but I like the way it worked out better in the end.
Yeah, me too. So then we cut to Morgan in the dark, fade to Ezekiel hugging people, fade to more Morgan in Morgan in the light, then to Ezekiel upset watching some farming and getting the double tribute or getting the one melon. Then we see the start of the episode again with them showing up for the second meeting, and they all get out and they have the second meeting. And listen to a few seconds of that second meeting before it starts. It's a cool little montage leading into this scene, which is number 17, push number 17. And again, thank you to everyone that has been donating tonight and getting me drunk. It's a lot of fucking fun, and I appreciate it. Appreciate the support you guys show the channel, and huge crowd tonight, and huge motherfucking chat. We love all of you guys tonight. Thank you so much.
Did you?
Not now. We'll talk about it when we get back.
What is it? Better to talk about it when we get back, Your Majesty.
We'll talk about it now. Okay, no, wait. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. They just got here.
Yeah, they just got here. No, and Morgan picks up his sticks as the Savior approaches. Dick Savior and Gavin walk out. He says, "How's the kid?" It's a pause. Gavin kind of looks upset as he figures out the kid's dead. Gavin says, "Tell shit Dick to get the fuck out of there," as Gavin prides himself on pretending to be a nice guy. Do you have it? Richard brings over the one melon, which just seems so stupid in the light of...
In a crate?
Yeah, in a crate. And the one single fucking melon. And Morgan's like, the fuck? And then he just goes and starts...
They took the whole truck out there for one melon. They packed 4 guys in a car and took the truck for the 1 melon. That made sense. Rather than just like, you can hold the melon in your lap, Richard, while we drive down there.
I'm sorry. So Richard brings over, he just brings over the 1 melon. They just all sit there and watch it. It's just kind of ridiculous. Oh no, and then out of nowhere, just randomly, Morgan just walks up in the middle of it all with a stick and just beats the fuck out of Richard, like beats him down.
He only hits him once with the stick, then he jumps on top of him, punches him a couple times, and just strangles him. Bashes his head on the ground a few times.
Dude, they all sit and watch it. Like, they know this guy. They all just sit and watch him do this.
Yep, this was Ezekiel's number 2.
Joe, if you're there in a group in the zombie apocalypse and I'm your number 2, let's be realistic. I'm your number 2. Or no, I'm your number 5. Whatever. I'm your friend that you're protecting because I suck in the zombie apocalypse. Now, in that situation, if someone walks up to me and hits me in the head with a stick, don't you fucking stop
Without explanation. Without explanation. I mean, it's not like it's not like Rick came and then, just chopped the doctor's head off for no reason whatsoever, killed the town doctor for nothing. The town at least had explanation as to why Rick was, killing this guy.
Like, what the actual fuck was going on in that situation? I'm sorry.
They all just stand there looking at Morgan choking this guy to death and just like, our pacifist is killing our number 2.
Oh, what do we do now, Joe? Do we stop him? I don't know.
Well, I think maybe even if one of them flinched, didn't Gavin tell them all to stop or not move? Or
Dark says, remember they were giving up their guns and this guy's got 2 sticks, so he's dangerous. Watch out. I think, and Nick, he was gonna kill him no matter what. I think Morgan would have found a way to kill him no matter what. I mean, maybe we're being a little nitpicky in this situation, but I did find it awkward that no one said anything. No one said, Morgan, stop. They just completely watched it, mouth open wide, not even one. Wait, stop. But
which means apparently Richard was a dick.
Yeah.
Like, we just didn't see him being a dick around town. He's probably, a lot of people probably just don't like the guy. He's probably a dick.
Yeah.
He's probably just a wicked dick. He's always asking us to go kill people and shit. What the fuck? Dude's a dick.
ELG is absolutely right. Am I the only one that calls it a staff, not a stick? You roast marshmallows with a fucking stick. I would call it a bow staff, and with Donatello's using it, but for some reason I just call it a stick because I think they were calling it a stick in the episode.
They were calling it a stick, and it is a stick. It's just a thick stick.
Oh yeah, it is, Joe.
Some sticks are bigger than others.
Hey,
that's
Joe,
all.
Yeah, you got a fucking thick stick, Joe. Get your ass over here. I'm feeling fun. No, Richard was a dick. Rim shot. Listen, guys, I'll break it down for you guys because Morgan's decisions are respected by the king. They were stunned by the violence. It broke out at an exchange so rare. It's a stick. Stick, stupid. It was dumb for Morgan to kill Richard in front of the saviors. It was a fucking stupid. I mean, I think it shows you how unhinged Morgan can get. And I mean, as Timo said at the moment, yes, Psycho Morgan's back. Now go get Carol. Get the fuck out of this fake ass fairy tale land. So. Hey now, Joe, with that thick stick, says Timo in the live chat. Oh my. Oh.
Hey.
Oh my.
How you doing?
Oh my. Okay, so Morgan looks
Is that your best George Takei? Oh my.
Yeah, it wasn't a good one. Do your best one, Joe?
Oh my. I don't have a George Takei. I'd have to hear him like listen to it like 30 times and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it for like a year straight.
Both of us sound like us saying it. And like WNBC.
Fuck you, pig vomit.
So Morgan looks up and we get scratches all over his face. He says he set it all up. He blocked the road yesterday. He made us all late. He had the offering. He fucked it all up. He took from cargo. He hit it. He wanted to get something started between us and the saviors. We fucked it all, but he fucked it all up. And Morgan.
Nope, he didn't fuck it up. It worked out perfect because Morgan murdered the motherfucker, and now they trust him all over again.
Unlimited power. So Morgan's got scratches all over his face. Gavin says, good. Gavin's just looking at him like, this dude's fucking crazy. I'm just going to agree with whatever he says. And Morgan's like, I understand. And the Saviors leave. So Ezekiel comes in here and says he did this all, and Morgan says yes. And Morgan calls or calls Dwayne, and he has a freak out. And I'm sorry, I can't read my own fucking writing. Morgan's gonna go alone, and he tells, so crazy Morgan's just gonna go. Everyone else leaves. We get to see Morgan dragging the body and heading out at Richard, or carrying Richard's body back to bury him in the grave.
Why not go get one of those, shopping carts? Walk back, go grab a shopping cart, come back.
Put him on some wheels or some shit.
Right, make it easy for yourself, dude.
Oh my gosh, you guys are right. The people that said I might not make the end of the show are actually could be more correct than you think.
Someone give him another donation.
No, Joe, shut up.
I'm shilling for you, Phil. I want you to be an independent film critique. And someone give that man another shot. Buy him another shot. Hey, it's like we're at the bar with a bunch of friends. Someone wants to buy you a shot. You don't say no, Phil. You don't say no.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
You're talking about killing your
computer. I would log onto it right now, and I would super chat you just to see you have to take another shot.
You bastard. So we're back, and we see Morgan dragging Richard's body, and then we ask him to. I hear it in the background there. We want to know what happened in Alexandria, and this is our scene that we get with Morgan and Carol. This is a good scene. I'm gonna play this one, and we'll listen to this right here.
Andrea.
What? You want to know what happened
to you?
I strangled a motherfucker.
Killed Richard.
I love how Morgan doesn't give a fuck and he just admits it.
Yep, straight out. Don't dance. Right in front of everybody.
I strangled him.
He's the one got Benjamin killed, so.
Welcome, Walking David. The Walking David in the loud motherfucking chat.
Do you want to know what happened in Alexandria?
Do you want to know what happened in Alexandria? Fuck you, Taka.
Negan killed.
Oh, did you just get shot again?
Taka did it.
What?
You
Beat him
bastard,
to death
Taka.
with a baseball bat.
Yep.
He did.
Glenn and Abraham.
Now the Saviors have Alexandria and Rick and everybody else. Everything they do is for the Saviors now. And they killed more. Killed Spencer.
Yep.
Yeah, but no one really cares about that.
Jesus brought Rick and the rest here because Rick wants to fight him.
So yeah, so and then ultimately he tells Carol what happened. Spencer, Olivia, Jesus brought us here to help. Morgan's gonna kill him one by one. Carol stops him and says, some mindless bullshit. Did you buy what the fuck did you? I mean, I could play it right now, but what's that? Carol stops him and says, "Oh, ooh, no, that's not what she said." She stops him and says, "Please, don't go. But if you're in the move, like I don't know what was she saying to Morgan at the end here, Joe? Do you remember?
She was basically saying, if you're gonna do this, let's go do it right. Don't go off on your own, just like you didn't want me to go off on my own. Like, don't do it idiotically." Like, that's the thing that gets me about all these TV shows. Like, you have a 22 episode like Law and Order season, so it like you'll see it a lot more with there. Like Stabler will be all like, "I'm gonna kill this suspect," and Benson will be like, "Don't do it. You're a cop. You're a good guy." And then like 3 weeks later, it'll be Benson about to kill someone, and Ice-T will come over and be like, "Benson, don't do it. You're a good cop and a good detective, and that's not you." And then 3 episodes later, it'll be Ice-T trying to kill a suspect, and Captain Craig will come over and go, "Oh, don't do it, Ice-T. It's not you. You're a good cop and a good person." And it's like, it's the same shit that you were just telling fucking her last week. Now she's telling it to you, like they're constantly telling each other the same shit, and like the next person down the line is like, I know I just told you all of this stuff and how to live, but I'm gonna go against it and do all the same stupid shit I just counseled you about. Like, what? Come on, writers, fucking come on. Like, there's more shit to write than the same shit over and over again out of everybody's mouth over and over again. Yeah, some people will experience the same things and need that, but ultimately, come on. Yeah. I wish I could do a shot, Phil. I so wish I could be doing a shot with you. Oh, well.
Next time. And what the fuck? I'm sorry, you said something. I'm searching for something in my computer. I just searching for cock. What? I'll suck your cock? What? What is this?
Yeah, I got these 2 cheeseburgers right here.
I don't know what this is. Yeah, I don't even know what. I just have something because I recorded a song called Microscopic Cock.
I'll suck your cock for $1,000.
Oh, it's from the Big Lebowski. Okay, so laughing my ass off, Joe. Okay, so you want to know what happens in Alexandria. Then we see the lines in the road with a good shot of Carol on the move as she heads out with a bag in the hand. She comes up to Ezekiel, who's planting some crops with Ben's brother. Carol shows up and goes to talk to Ezekiel. And we got to fight the fight, Rocky. We got to fight the fight. Ezekiel agrees, but we do. And like a Klingon says, today is a good day to die, but not today, but we'll live to fight another day.
First we got to plant we got rid of the Weebles, now we got to Wobbles.
Yeah, we killed all the Pokemon with the electric thunderbolt and killed all the Weedles, and it was nonstop destruction. And then Morgan, who's finally giving his stick a point at the end of the episode, shaving his stick into a final point to be able to be a zombie and human killing machine. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our episode, and we finally shut up because Joe and I are talkers.
You're a talker.
Big talkers.
Makes me thirsty. If any more words come pouring out your cunt mouth,
I'm gonna have to eat every chicken in this.
Fucking chicken in this room.
We know when we hear that it's about the end of the show. So we're going to start to wrap things up here at the end, go into the live motherfucking chat. If anyone has a last minute voicemail or phone call that wants to call in at 781-990-8509 as we start to wrap things up. And let's go into the live motherfucking chat. Morgan is a human personification of the phrase, I have no clue what I think. Don't do it, Jim. Lemonade was a popular drink and still is. Joe, by the way, you don't see the C word and mention cheese right afterwards. Just saying, so much for that second sandwich. Hashtag shaving his stick. Timo says Carol shouldn't be near children and gardens. Just saying. Gary says, yeah, Carol tells the kiddos, look at the flowers he planted. Eat all those chickens. Quick, give more donations. No, William, don't. That's enough. Thank you to everyone that made donations tonight.
Look at the pretty flower seeds, Ben's little brother. Look at the pretty flower seeds.
Look at the flower seeds. Take another shot, Phil. Joe, do you think this peaceful phase of Morgan has been torture? Life or death here. They switch Gangsta Carol into Morgan Jr. I can't. Has this Morgan and Carol kind of like peaceniks thing been a little torturous for you? Or glad that it seems that age might be over?
I hope it is over. I hope they get. There's no peace. There's no peace. There can't be. Not with that kind of behavior from the saviors. That's no, knives to the back of all their heads, and to it's just bullshit, man. Like, you know, not always hurting your opponent or hurting an opponent is one thing, but hurting an enemy, hurting someone that's trying to hurt you, hurting someone that is like continually trying to steal and rob and murder and rape your people, like, no, those people must die, those people must go, and there is no wrong for it in that world. There isn't.
I agree, Joe. I would sorry,
really and, I mean, even in this world, sucking my cock for that, there is no $1,000. It's like, I'll suck your cock for 1,000 frickin' watermelons.
It's true.
The skunk melons over there, maybe one of them pigs, but $1,000 ain't gonna get you shit in the fucking apocalypse.
Very true. And on that note, let's start to wrap things up. Everyone in the live motherfucking chat, thank you so much for all the support you guys gave us tonight, and everyone that donated on Super Chat. It's one fucking step closer to me doing this more and more and more. I really do appreciate it. Huge thanks to Abraham, Atari Dad, Av, Chalkboy, Dark C, Do Chronic, Gary, Generic, Iron Throne, King J, Uno, Critch, Lav, Mary, Nick, Diaz, Tim Gurr, Sylvia, The Walking Dead team, William, Zen, fucking Sandman who was in here earlier.
Dirty Issues, Taka.
Yeah, Taka, all Dirty Issues. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please hit the like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please share the fun, share the joy. We will be
do it now.
Do it now. Get to the chopper now.
Wait, no, not now.
Wait.
Right now.
No, not happening. Thank you, Sylvia. I will have it. Tom, unfortunately, I have to get up crazy early tomorrow morning, so there could be no Phil After Dark tonight. But thank you so much.
Phil After Vodka in the dark.
You don't want to see that shit. Next week, I will be back for another recap of The Walking Dead, and then in 2 weeks, Joe will be back for the second to last episode of The Walking Dead. I think he will be in-house in 2 weeks and come over here, and we're going to do the show live from here. Quixote, love you, Quixote. Eli.
Hopefully you'll finish off that bottle next week, so it won't be there when I get there in 2 weeks.
Not. Iron Throne, thank you so much. And definitely everyone check out our other channel, Dirty Issues. Check out the Discord group. You can find in the description box below. We have a new sponsorship through Gamefly. If anyone's interested in trying Gamefly out for 33 days, you can find out how to do that with our link in the description box below. Lots of other fun stuff coming on the channel really, really soon. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to do a couple more of those videos from my phone coming up this week and some random reviews. The Buffy review coming up soon. Stephanie and I are almost done with Buffy, and then I'm going to do a full Buffy kind of podcast. And Joe, do you want to
finished Aftermath?
Ooh, Aftermath. Interesting. I just started Mad Men, too, which I'm actually enjoying more than I thought I would.
Oh, that's a great show.
So
it falls out in the last season, but it was a great show.
Do you
first few seasons was really good.
Do you have any interest in being part of a Buffy podcast, or are you too separated from it?
It's been a long time since I've watched it. I wouldn't even know. I don't even know half the characters' names.
Okay, it's okay. Stephanie and I will do it, and then we'll get some calling. Maybe you can call in for once and give a couple thoughts while you're listening and stuff like that. So
yeah, all I know is that what's her name? How I Met Your Mother. Allison Hannigan, she's in it. Lily. She's hot in that. Lily.
And yeah, everybody. Also, starting next week, Dirty Issues, our secondary channel that has the Brohawk vlog and my Zelda streaming and Joe's Horizon Zero Dawn stuff, is doing a Into the Badlands recap on that channel. At the end of the Into the Badlands season, we're going to do one big season recap with myself and Taka, and maybe Joe as well if he watches this season, and do sort of like a big review with all of us. But Taka's going to be doing weekly reviews and before show, after show, lots of content for Into the Badlands over there. I'll be joining him sometimes when I can, when The Walking Dead ends in a couple of weeks. So definitely check out Taka's stuff if you remember him over there on Dirty Issues. Atari Dad, did you ever check out Attack the Titan? Notice you liked the trailer. I linked you on Twitter. I liked what I saw. I have not watched it yet. Phil is getting his GameCube Black to work with Gamefly, just like Corey Coleman. I can't wait to get my Gamefly fucking membership up, play some Phantasy Star Online on there. And wouldn't be a Phil stream without me shamming for him not to watch Black Sails. I hear Black Sails this season's really good. Timo, I've logged into the account. I have access. I'm going to be starting Black Sails very soon. As soon as we're done with Buffy, Black Sails is taking over that void for Steph and I's watching purposes. So I'm going to zip through that and finally check out that series as well. Thanks.
I enjoyed the first season or two, but one of my biggest gripes is, man, for an island full of pirates in whatever year that is, they all have some perfect fucking white teeth.
Yep.
Like they're all dirty, but their teeth shine like fucking polished ivory.
Yeah, but they can't do this. You can say the same thing about the Pirates of the Caribbean movie and lots of movies of the 80s.
But you can. There is things you can do. There's makeup you could put in. There's things you can do. Like, come on, it's not hard. Like, they want them all to look pretty with their face close-ups. If they had a bunch of people with rotten teeth in their mouths, people might not be as attracted to your main actors, so they make them look pretty, not dirty.
Kale, she's in the live chat. I see what you're saying, Joe. I think that's a little, that stuff doesn't bother me. I shut my brain off to that to a certain extent on shows like that because you could just get so crazy. Like every show you can get crazy like that. Even something like The Sopranos, you could be like, oh, these guys would be even more disgusting.
You take such time and such effort to set a scene and to make it look real with your ships and the clothing and the outfits, and you spend all this money and then neglect to put a little dirt on their face and some grease on their fucking teeth. It's not cool to me. To me, that's the kind of shit. That's the exact reason why Game of Thrones gets 12 fucking Emmy nods or whatever they are, Oscar nods or Golden Globe nods in one fucking season, and Black Sails gets 0, you know, or these other shows get 0, because even though they're popular and people like them and people watch them and they tell a good story, they don't pay attention to that little shit. They have a fucking 45-year-old woman drag 100 fucking pound street sign up a goddamn tree. It looks ridiculous. It feels ridiculous. And that's why they don't win the type of awards that Game of Thrones would win. Game of Thrones wins because they pay attention to those little fucking details. Your dirty fucking flea bottom fucking people have teeth falling out of their fucking head when you look at them. Like, they're not, they pay attention to those small little fucking details that immerse you into the world. I can't be immersed into a pirate fucking, you know, all these pirates running around with fucking white fucking shirts on that have no, like, white shirts. Like, really? Come on. It makes me, like, not only that, but they're in the fucking Bahamas. You know how fucking hot it is? You know how much you sweat in the fucking Bahamas? Especially if you're from fucking England?
Oh my goodness. We get a bonus Joe rant at the end. Iron says they chew mint leaves so their teeth are shiny, Joe.
Yeah. Yep.
Even
hashtag non-dental advice.
You need to watch all the seasons, Joe. Eli says, Joe, I love you, man, even if I think
I gave up on it when they attacked the what was it, like North Carolina or Charleston or some shit like that, when our shameless captain went over there and saved or tried to save our I don't know. I gave up on it during that when they raided Charlestown or some shit.
People in the live chat are loving on you, Joe. So much fun stuff's happening right now, and we will be back, and we'll be talking about this stuff very, very soon. And I look forward to having Joe in studio in 2 weeks to talk about the second to last episode of the season. So, Joe, have a good night, my friend. I will.
No, you too, my man. Good night, Mr. Motherfucking Chats and Mrs. Motherfucking Chats.
Good night, everybody. People in the live chat are fucking going crazy right now. It's fucking good stuff. Good stuff. Good bonus Joe rant at the end there. Good night, everybody.
Peace.
So I took you down to the local clinic and your fast blood test my tickle though in it. Told you I'll be faithful, it is true. If you little ass birth control too. Now the women, it's not wrong. The boyfriend is constant, pass it along. Pass her along. Pass her along. So what type of woman is for me and you? I have a simulation, damn it, it's true. Thirsty Charlie blood test to ever get this dick. Condoms are unnatural, and plus they feel like shit. We need a woman, we often trust, so we know we fuck her, our dicks won't turn to dust. Our dicks won't turn to dust. So I knew this guy, he knew a girl, he fucked her right and he rocked that world, and showed up unannounced. He said yes, maybe the worth of pound. The answer is no. Stops in the case, brought from the condiment, messed up the pace. You only heard my hero of a song, just strung together once and for all. But everybody, if you know the words, join together. Birth control and blood test to ever get this dick. Condoms are unnatural, and plus they feel like shit. We need a woman, so we know we fuck her, our dicks won't turn to dust. Our dicks won't turn to dust. Grocery store lunch fast. Do whatever you get.